So now our next topic is inventory controls. Okay. So inventory controls, during introduction we have discussed okay little about it. Now let's discuss more on this. Okay. What are the controls we have on everything? So basically why we need inventory controls? The inventory controls will help you to have the transaction in a secure manner. Okay. And have the transaction like you will be having like so far we have seen warehouse how it looks like. Okay, and all the inventory transactions we have performed just with the sub inventory, that's it, right? With just sub inventory we have performed, and nowhere we haven't seen any locator, nowhere we haven't seen any revision, and nowhere we have not seen lot numbers and serial numbers we not seen so far in the inventory transactions, right? Hmm? So if client is coming with, okay, I have inventory warehouse and sub inventories, and we also maintaining a row and rack system. Okay, row and rack system. Okay, in that case, so to implement that kind of row and rack system, we have a option is available locator control. Okay, locator control option is available. Okay. So and again, this locator control. So again, our business, our client will come and say like, I have inventory organization, sub inventory, and not all the sub inventories are maintaining locators. Okay, only few sub inventories are maintaining locators. Again, there is a scenario. I'm maintaining locator controls, but again, entire sub inventory, I'm not maintaining locators. Okay, entire sub inventory, I'm not maintaining locator. So my sub inventory, for example, just assume 2000 square feet one sub inventory and 1000 square feet like having some locators and 1000 square feet just empty space. Okay. So in this case, how we can manage and set up the sub inventories, locator options. Okay. So all this we can see, and also revisions. So revision is something like new upgrade version. Okay, new upgrade version. For example, if you take any product manufacturers, okay, first they will launch the product. Okay, they will launch the product and they'll sell the product. So after a couple of months, okay, some issues will be identified. The issues which is not identified during the quality check or inspection or right, it will be identified. So those you have to rectify and you have to fix it, right? We have to fix it. And upcoming production, we have to make sure that bugs, that drawback, whatever is the drawback in the item has to be fixed, and it has to come with a new item, maybe adding a new features. Okay, maybe adding a new features. If you take an example of any car manufacturing industries, so once the car is launched and once the people are using this and they will be reporting some issues, correct? So this is the drawback on this car, and later production, the company who actually manufacturing the cars, right, they'll take all those customer feedbacks and fix it they will fix it for the further productions, like new cars. When they manufacture new cars, they will be fixing, at the same time they will be adding a new features to the car, correct? So that we call as revisions. Okay, revisions. You can even take an example of any mobile application that you are using. Okay, you can take even WhatsApp also you can take. So WhatsApp will ask you to update, right? That's updating to new version. So that's like revision. Okay, and then lot. Okay, so this lot, when we say lot, you might see in boxes, some container boxes, something like lot number. So this lot number will be used for any small items to track like huge quantity, bulk quantity. Okay, to track bulk quantity, we actually use lot numbers. Okay, lot numbers, and this lot number control will be used this pharmaceutical industries maximum, because the lot number can maintain they'll maintain some expiration dates and everything. Okay, whenever the lot number nearing for expiration, okay, the system will automatically suggest to pick those items and sold out. Okay, so lot number, for example, if you take an example of dollar 650 tablets, that's like one box. Okay, one box. So all uh, sheets you can maintain in one box, container box, and that will have one lot number, and that lot number itself you can set up one expiration date. Okay, when the expiration date nearing out, then the system will automatically suggest and pick not tablet, not tablet here. It will go and advise to pick lot. You go and use this lot. Okay, when they are selling. So you go and use the items which is there in this lot number. Okay, lot number. Fine. And serial control, we know very well. Serial control is something like every item have a serial number. So mainly what purpose? So mainly it is to track your services. For example, you buy the laptop. Okay, after couple of months you got something issue on that laptop, and you ordered through, you connected customer care, or you went to the service location. Okay, that laptop service location, the first thing is what they will check. They'll check whether this serial number, they are the persons who sold out, means this serial number, are they sold out, and this serial number is under warranty. Okay, everything they will check with the serial number. Like they will check when it is manufactured. Like with serial number, they'll check when it is manufactured, where it is manufactured, and who is the customer who we sold out. Okay, from which location to which location we ship the item. Okay, and uh, not only this, that service history also. See, now we sold out. It's been 2 years. In 2 years, the end customer came and he had for laptop service 2 or 3 times. Those also, when it is, what problem it is, everything. It's just a simple. If you want to buy a car, right? Like used car, second-hand car. So first thing what you do, you will go and take that car number and go to the showroom. They will be having service history, correct? What all happened to the car, right? Same thing, the serial number also. So by using a serial number, they can track everything. Okay, they can track everything and they will provide service. So these are all generic we see, but basically you will see this is generic only, and this is also generic only. We normally, even day to day life, we see this. Okay, but except this and this lot we won't, but these are all we unknown one only. Okay, known one only. Fine. Fine. Let's go and discuss locator control in detail. Okay, theory, and then we will go on to practical in application. Okay. So locator control, let me show you some warehouse pictures. Images with look row and rack. Perfect example. Even for locator, you can even take a library also you can take. If you go to the library, you will be having row and rack system, right? If you see these are all, whatever you see containers kind of thing, right? Okay, these are all row rack system. Okay, these are all row and rack systems. Wherever you see this. Okay, this type of. Okay, if you see this also, this type of also. It's depend on the item. They will, define the row and rack systems. Anything. Okay, it's simple. Even if you go to the fancy shop, right? They will be having row and rack systems. Okay, even if you go to the medical shop, they will be having a row and rack system. The some kind of medicines they will keep in specific rows, racks, and all. Right. So in this way. Okay, fine. And let me go to the locators. Locators. KFF. In locator KFF, we have explained clearly about, yeah, here it is. Okay. So if you see, total we have rows 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are rows. Okay. Rows and racks. Rows and racks. This the kind of system. Just one stores means one sub inventory, and this is having row and rack system. Okay, and if customer coming and saying again in specific row and rack, I'm maintaining again sub locations, sub locators. So that, for example, bin I'm maintaining, row rack bin, some specific bins. Okay, small area bins I'm maintaining. So yes, you can maintain like this. If you see here, row rack and bin. Bin also is there. Okay. If you see rack 3, row 3, rack 2, okay, rack 2 and bin 2. This is the item is existed in bin 2. So like that combinations. Yeah. If you see here, the combination row, rack, bin, okay, row 3, rack 2, bin 3. Here I given in the combination here where exactly the item is stored. Okay, where the item exactly stored. So this kind of structure we can define. Okay, so we can have this like these combinations defined in the application. Okay, can have this. Fine. Let's come to controls. Yeah, so locator. Okay, and as I told you right earlier, so some companies will maintain locator control entire organization level. So it doesn't matter how many sub inventories they have, even it is 50, 100, all the sub inventories are maintaining locator control. Some companies will follow that. And some companies, so they are following locate row and rack system, locator control system, but not all the sub inventories are using locators. Okay, that options we can set up at organization level. In organization level, you will be having three options. Please specify dynamic entry and determined at sub inventory level. Okay, determined at sub inventory level. Let's open the application. So, and one more thing, these controls, right? You can use, you can implement these controls when there is no transaction performed. If any transaction performed, then you cannot implement these locators. So we have to be make sure when we are implementing the application, if you are involved in implementation project, you must ask your client to whether you want to implement locators, revisions, lot, serial controls. Then you have to implement those controls, then only the transaction has to be performed. Once the transactions, any material transaction performed, then we cannot override locator controls. Okay. So as you know, in Bangalore, we already performed transaction. In Hyderabad also, we have already performed the transaction. So we cannot use these two organizations to perform, to test these locators. So what I'll do is, I'll go and use North, okay, North inventory. So North India inventory responsibility. I'll go and use any one organization from North. Change organization. So these are all coming, right? We can set up, okay. What we do is, what we do is, let's go and set up. Let's go and set up. Fine. Let's go and set up HR cross business group profile system. ABC NI inventory HR cross business group. Site level it is yes or no only. Fine. And do we set up all profile options for this? Let me check. HR's security profile. No, not set up. That's the reason we see all. Okay. Let me quickly set up HR business group and then GL ledger name. After you set up HR security profile, the GL business group, HR business group will automatically assign. Okay. I'm operating in it. I'm operating in it. ABC North India. Okay. And MO security. No, this is not required. Okay. But let's see. ABC and HR user. HR with payroll. Okay. Fine. Fine. Let's go and check now. Change organization. Okay. Now you can see yours is coming. Okay. Yours is coming. Only yours is coming. So now in this case, what I'll do is I'll go and use not Noida. Okay. Noida. Now at organization level, we have to set. What we do is first we'll go and set up at entire organization level. Let me show you the differentiation. Okay. Organizations and then go to the parameters. Parameters. Here it is setup. Okay. If you see this is enabled means okay, this is enabled means you can able to do changes. Means there no transaction happened so far in Noida. Okay. Now go and select this pre-specified okay dynamic entry and determined at sub-inventor level. So I was told right, like if client want to use the locator control for entire inventory organization for all sub inventories, then you can either select pre-specified or dynamic entry. If client is saying that no, I have some sub inventories having locator system and some of empty system like loose space. Okay, there is no any locator options. In that case, you have to choose determined at sub inventory level. Okay, so this is clear. And again, what is this two? You will be having pre-specified and dynamic entry. If you clearly notice the word itself, it is telling you pre-specified. Specify before doing a transaction. Okay, it means you have to create the locators before doing a transaction. And if you notice this dynamic entry, so dynamic entry same, if you see this naming itself dynamic entry. So while you're doing the transaction itself, you can manually add the locators. It will allow. So dynamically you can enter the locator numbers, locator combination. Okay, it will allow and it will save. Okay, fine. So first what I'll do is I'll go and choose this pre-specified. Select this, save it, save it. It is saved. Okay, it is saved. Now what we do is I think we don't even have sub inventory and all. Okay, let me go and create one sub inventory. Organization sub inventory. We know navigation very well, right? How to create sub inventory. I'll create ABN store. Okay, ABN Noida. Okay, store. If you notice default here, can anyone notice something is happened in this form? Anyone notice what happened?
Locator control pre-specified.
Yeah, see, and this is become mandatory, right? This has become mandatory. Earlier, this was not. This was optional, and it was none. It was none, right? So if you maintain locator controls at organization level, right, then it the same thing will default to all your sub inventories, all your item level, even item level also you will go and see pre-specified only. I'll show you that. So here you just select active. Okay, active. Select the active. Default locator status active. Okay, active. Save it. So you don't need to go worry. We already discussed. This all comes from organization parameters. Okay, fine. Close this. Close this. Now go on define item. Go on define item. So items, master item. What I'll do, I'll define ABC laptop 0044. Same as A each. Okay. And tools, it is a finished code. Finished code. Play and done. So go to the inventory. Observe here. What happened? This is locator control come with predefined. Okay. Predefined. It will default with the predefined. Okay. It will default. Okay, even if you like in item level, you have no control, but you are doing a transaction for this item, and in sub-inventory level it is a pre-specified, then you must enter the locator. Okay, it will default here. That's fine. Okay, it is default here. Save this and assign to org. Assign to Noida. Okay, assign to Noida. Save. So transaction is saved. Now let's go and perform one transaction. So we selected pre-specified means we have to define the locator, right? We have to define the locator. Okay, I'm not defining locator. Let's go and check. So we have to open inventory accounting periods. Okay, inventory periods we have to open. Let me open and open this as well. Okay, I have open inventory periods. Let's go and select any transaction. Okay, and I think this only one item and select sub inventory. So when I select sub inventory, do you notice here what happened? Locator is become mandatory, right? So you are using a locator. Earlier when we do transactions, the locator was grayed out, right? Just click on this. I think someone is use this. Someone is in application level. This locate this run all right in application level actually. Okay. I think someone is done this. It's okay, fine. Okay, it's okay, fine. So you keep, just try to give some value and just click on click on OK. Let observe what system will give. Okay, it should not allow basically. See, this combination is disabled, please choose another, or it is not even existed. See, it is not even existed. So it means even if you go, even if we go combination, click on combination, percentage, there won't be any list of value, no entries found on the list of values. Okay, pre-specified in the sense you have to define the locators before performing the transactions. Okay, in one go, when you're defining supplementary side, if it is a locator control, if it is a predefined option, then you can define all the locators which is existed in the uh, sub inventory. Okay, the client will provide you what are the locators they have. Okay, locate, like locator in the sense the combination they'll provide. Okay, click on no. Now go on define locators. How to go on define locators? Go to the setups. Okay, setups, organization, stock locator. Okay, stock locator. Either you can go here and I'll show you another option. You just click on this stock locator, and since you're going and creating new, okay, just click on new. Okay, click on new and select here, and this is one, and here row one, rack one, row one, rack one. Okay, if you want to maintain description you can maintain, that's fine. And this is storage locator. Okay, storage locator status, it's okay, active, we already selected sub inventory level, fine. And you assign the sub inventory here, assign the sub, this is how we are assigning. Okay, this is how we are assigning. This locator is applicable, is under this sub inventory. This is one way of. And in locator KFF, stock locator KFF, we have discussed this from capacity. If you want to maintain maximum capacity, load capacity, okay, dimensions, everything you can maintain. Length, height, width, everything you can maintain. Okay, fine. So I'll go and add on more. It's like 1.2. You can enter, like you don't need to go list of value. If you know the see, like how to enter combination, you can enter. Okay, same thing. Control shift F5, you can copy everything, and shift F5. The above one will copy it down. So 1.3 point. Okay, shift F5. So if how I am defining this one, if we go and see locator, stock locator, stock locator KFF, stock locator. Yeah. So how I am defining? So these are rows. Okay, row one, rack one. Okay, row two, rack one, like that I'm defining. Okay, here now I'm defining row one, rack one, row one, rack two, row one, rack three. Like this I'm defining. Okay, if you see here, see this. In the same way, you can define all of this. All of this you can define. In one go, they will define. Okay, fine. It's fine. I just added 4 locators. Okay, you can also add a bin also. And here, why this is coming, this is application specific. This is not our related ABC we defined earlier, and someone is removed that and they define KML. Okay, it is because application level. Okay, so this setup, this locator, stock locator KFF, is application level, not a specific to any inventory organization, not a specific to any sub inventory. Okay, fine. Save this, save this. So I define four. Okay, four means all this up to here. Let me define this also. The first row, one more, 1.5.1. Okay, okay, depend storage, active store, ABN stores. Okay, I define five locators I have defined. Let's go and see now. Perform the transaction. Earlier, when we go and see, you faced an issue that there is no list of value. Correct? There is no list of values. Now you go and check now. Go and check now. So there is only one item and select sub inventory. Okay, click this. Click on this combination. Click on the combination. Okay. Now click on OK. Now you will see row and rack. Right? Earlier it was not shown. So they'll select here. So this is pre-specified. Before doing the transaction, you have to define locator control combination. Okay. I'm keeping 10 laptops in this. Okay, 10 laptops. And select the account and save it. Any account you select, that's fine. It is Noida. Okay, Noida. Save it. Okay, transaction is performed. So earlier we know how to check on-hand availability and everything, right? If we go here, you can check now here. You can even check now locator also. Okay, just go and query that item. So you can see here sub inventory and locator. If you click this, you can also here locator. Okay, locator. And if you want to see in materialized view, you click this. This is like materialized view. Okay, tree view, tree. This is a Noida organization, and this on hand you are checking, and this sub inventory you are checking, and this is the locator. Under this locator, this box icon is like item product. Okay, this is how you can check. It's like it's kind of tree view. So this is the organization, ABN, on hand, storage, and locator item. Okay, so this is pre-specified at organization level. Okay, this is one scenario. So what if client is saying like, yes, I'm following entire my sub inventories all locator control only, but I won't define any locator previous. I want like whenever a transaction perform, my warehouse persons dynamically will choose the locator. Dynamically they will choose. It's not required. It's not required to define before. So in that case, what you have to do at organization level parameters, at organization level you have to choose dynamic entry. So dynamic entry, save it. So these you can change at 10 time, but once you have the transaction perform and it was none, then you cannot choose these options. Okay, you cannot choose that option. Okay, now dynamic entry. So I choose this option, dynamic entry as saved, right? Now just go and check sub inventory. Sub inventory. So this we already had a transaction for this. Okay, that's why it's not allowing. So what we do is we go and create new. Click on new here. Click on new APN APN raw material. So raw material sub inventory. So if you see here now dynamic coming. Okay, dynamic entry came. So this is active. Save it. Save it. So this is active. Okay, I was told right there is a two ways to define locators. So one thing is you can go stock locators, and another thing is from here itself. Query the sub inventories. For example, for this storage, right? Open this. This is storage is pre-specified. You can add locators here by just clicking this locator button. You can add. See, this was we added on separate function, but now it is appearing here because you added those locators under the sub inventory. Okay. You can add one more if you want. Okay, fine. So now let's see dynamic entry. I will not add any locator. If we go and see this, open raw material. This is dynamic entry. There is no locator system. Okay, locators are not there. Okay, locators are not there. Now, if I go and perform transaction, it should allow. I'll show you the differentiation now. Okay, we'll do two lines. One with one with stores, which is pre-specified. Okay, pre-specified. I had to choose the combination only. So if I go and choose here 2.2 or 1, it won't allow. Yeah, it won't allow. Let's see. 2.1 I have not defined. Correct. 2.1 I have not defined, but when I click it, it is accepted. So dynamic entry I am following in at organization level. It is accepting at dynamic entry. Organization level we selected dynamic, even though it is sub-inventory level pre-specified, it is allowing me. Okay, that's okay. Let me show you another differentiation. If you click this, you will see this. Okay, select anything, any locator 10 and some account warehouse. This is Noida. So same item, but I'll select sub-inventory raw material. Okay, raw material. If we go here, click on combination, you won't be having any because it's a new, there is nothing, right? So in this case, what I'll do is I'll keep row 3 and rack 1. Sorry, rack 1 and bin 1. I can also enter. So we have 1 minute. Let's connect again. So it is accepted. Okay, it is accepted. And I can choose the quantity and same account I will copy. Okay, now save it. It will allow because it is a dynamic entry. So the locator was not defined, but while doing the transaction, I have manually entered, dynamically I have entered. Now, if you go and check transactions, even material transaction also you can see, okay? You will see this, right? I think this is the latest one, okay? Check sub inventory also here, okay? Here